This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions. Hi everyone, it's Mark Hayward from the Absolute Business Mindset podcast and YouTube channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about the BRR strategy for property. So a lot of people have been speaking to me about property, and they're talking about what the best way of being able to source property is, and the best strategy that is for buying and letting out properties. Now, I would say that this is probably the best strategy for someone new, and I've only got a handful of properties, but what I did was, let's be honest, what I did was I got properties that I knew I could rent out quite quickly because I needed the cash flow, and so I paid a little bit more and paying a little bit more on my mortgages. But I wanted something that needed no work done to do as quickly as possible and get the cash flow coming through straight away. And I think there is a place for that. And I think early on, when you're starting out, keeping things simple is obviously an important point. The other reason that I think I've done that is because I've got a power team around me. I've got a really good broker, a really good solicitor, a really good accountant. But I was missing out of my jigsaw a really good property builder. So I wanted to just get the cash flow coming through soon. Now, what I'm looking to do with further properties is actually implement a BRR strategy, which it stands for buy, refurb, and then refinance. So buy is obviously you're buying under the value of the property, and that is important to get the best deal for your mortgage. You then want to renovate or refurbish, and that can be anything from a lick of paint up to adding value to the property. And this is where it gets really important, because if you're then adding an extension, a loft conversion, a basement conversion, another room, then after you have refurbed, you can then refinance, which means you can renegotiate the mortgage because the property is worth more and you can get some money out of the property. So this is the tried and tested, most efficient way to be able to buy properties and then be able to pull out a little bit of money, which you can then use on another deposit. You are spending on the refurb or renovation. You have to spend to be able to get some extra value to the house. So I would say if you want to add true value, you need to add something to the property, whether it's an extension, whether it's a side return, whether it's a loft conversion, basement conversion, extension on the kitchen, whatever it is, you have to spend a little bit of money. And what you'll probably find is, in most cases, you might spend 10 grand on doing something, but the value of the house will go up by 20-25%. If you're looking at, that's probably my size houses. If you're looking at bigger size houses, you start putting in 30 grand, 20-30 grand, you can up by 50-70,000 pounds. And this is a big thing for when you're trying to add value and being able to draw money out of it. So all of you guys out there that are thinking what's the best way to do the properties, I would say use this BRR strategy. And equally, the most important thing is getting that power team around you: broker, solicitor, accountant, builder. I'm working through some builders at the moment. I'm trying to do some refurbishment on a property, and I've got a new builder because I wanted to try it and see what he was like, because the builder I had before was good but not excellent. I'm sorry if you're listening to this. What you did was absolutely fine, but I'm looking for something a little bit more different and a little bit better. So I would say use this strategy. This is a really basic start-off strategy, but you need to have that builder in place to be able to do the work. So equally, if it's just a refurb and just some painting and wallpapers, then you can do it yourself, keep the costs down. Depends on whether you have the time or money and effort to be able to do it yourself. But yeah, wanted to share that with you because people have asked me what's the best strategy for when you're starting your property journey, and I would say that is the most important strategy that you can start. You can worry about HMOs and service accommodation and whatever else you can think of. They are really good, but they're a little bit more developed. So deal packaging, sourcing properties, rent to rent, all those can come later down the line. So get some buy-to-lets, do the BRR strategy, and you will find value added and money you can pull out as well. All right, guys, I really appreciate your time. It's been really great speaking to you, and I'll speak to you soon. One more thing before you go, I just want to share with you something that's going to be happening on Saturday, the 11th of July at 7:30 p.m. UK time. It's basically, I'm going to create a secret club. So if you're listening to this, it means you've listened to the whole of the podcast, and you're going to be part of this secret club where we're going to have a get together on Zoom, and hopefully being at 7:30 in the evening, I can catch UK people and US people as well, and Europe as well. So we're going to get together and we're going to have a conversation about the podcast and talk about the things that are good, things that are bad, things you'd like to improve, and just have a general discussion about it. Equally, if I can help you with some coaching questions that you might have, then please do bring them along as well. If you're interested in property, I can share my experiences that I've had with property as well, and hopefully those things will be able to help you. So what I want you to do is go on to the website, which is absolutebusinessmindset.com. Go to the bottom where it says contact us, register your interest. There's a few details you need to fill in, and then I will send a Zoom invite over to you, and we can get together. So it's Saturday the 11th of July at 7:30 p.m. and you're able to have a chat with me, have an individual chat with me. Hopefully there'll be a few of you online, and we can answer all your questions, and you can share your thoughts on the podcast. So as I said, secret club, you've done really well to listen to the end of the podcast and listen to this as well. I really appreciate it. We can get some of you online and we can have a discussion. All right, guys, I really appreciate your time. Thanks a lot. Bye.